Hello, good night. This is U.S. Immigration Attorney Sharifa Tharpe. I'm here live to take your U.S. immigration questions. I will be taking your questions tonight. So go ahead and put your questions in the comments so that I may answer your questions. So let me formally introduce myself. I'm U.S. Immigration Attorney Sharifa Tharpe. I help clients to get status in the United States. I also come on here most nights of the week to answer your immigration related questions. And so here I am. And most other nights, I also bring topics to talk about. But tonight, I thought I would leave it open for you to ask your questions, because your questions do help me to give you great information about the immigration process and how to get status, your work permit here in the United States. So ask me anything that's immigration related. You can put it in the comments and I will answer. Now, I am available for consultations, because remember, the information that I'm giving you tonight is not personal legal advice, it's general information. And so if you would like to get specific information that's related to your case, you need to schedule a consultation. You can do that by going to the link in my profile. It'll take you to the website, or you may see the option to schedule your own appointment. Go ahead and do that. Also, there's a scheduling coordinator who's available up until 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time to take, or 11 p.m. Eastern Time to take your call and help you to schedule your appointment. So go ahead and do that. You can put your questions in the comments so that I may answer your questions. So one question that I did get in the direct message or in the DM is, can my spouse who just turned into a permanent resident also apply for me to get permanent residence? And the answer is yes. So there is no time limit on waiting before you can apply for your spouse to get here. And yes, legal permanent residents can apply for their spouse to come to the United States as well. And it doesn't matter how long they have had their permanent residence for. So that is one question that I got, but I am leaving it up to you to put the questions in the comments so that I may answer your questions. Now, let me tell you more about me and where I'm from, where I'm based, and who I represent. So I run ST Law Office. It is a law firm based in Boca Raton, Florida. However, I do provide representation to clients all over the country, in all 50 states and the globe. And the reason for this is because I am a U.S. immigration attorney, and this is a federal practice. That means that we work with the USCIS offices, immigration courts all over the country, and U.S. embassies all around the world. So if you have a U.S. immigration related question or issue, I can help you with that. I do offer consultations by phone, by video. At this time, we are suspending all in-person consultations just because of the COVID pandemic. But no matter where you are in the world, or if you're in another state, or if you're not very close to Boca Raton, you can schedule a phone or video consultation and get great legal advice. The way that thank you for the love, I appreciate it. The way that this works is I do offer consultations for up to 1 hour. It is $150 for those consultations, but it is well worth your time and money, because you walk away knowing your options. This is not just a quick 15-minute consultation. This is a type of situation where I delve into your case. I sift through your facts to determine what you qualify for, what is the best course of action to take in your immigration application, should you qualify. So it is well worth your time. And if you do value your future in the United States, you will definitely consider making that investment in scheduling a consultation to determine what your options are in the United States. So I have the first question here. So what happens when you file a typographical error and the conditional green card expires in 2022? So it depends on how I don't know where this typographical error occurred, Empress Kiki. It's gonna depend on was it if it's an error, is it a material type of fact that determine whether you qualified for the green card in the first place or not? Usually if it's a mistake, like you maybe you put the wrong date of birth, wouldn't necessarily have severe consequences. So the date was wrong. So in a case like that, I am not your attorney. I haven't reviewed your application, so it's hard for me to answer this question. But what I would say is, when in doubt, get legal advice. And usually if it's something like a date was wrong, there was no intentional omission or misrepresentation of the facts, it may not have severe consequences, but you want to make sure that you take the actions to make those corrections. And so Empress Kiki, the problem here though is I don't know what typographical error that is. And because of that, I wouldn't be able to advise you as to what the possible repercussions of that could be or how it could affect your 2-year green card. That's where it's very important to schedule a consultation to get that personalized legal advice and where I can ask you those follow-up questions. My dad will be filing for me and my 2 kids. Does he need to file 3 separate? So I am Nika Marie. It's gonna depend. So if you're 21 or over and your dad is filing for you as a U.S. citizen or a legal permanent resident, he would not, your dependent, so any child that's under 21 and unmarried would be included in the application and he wouldn't have to file separately. But if you're under 21 and unmarried, in that case, you're going to definitely have some issues there because the immediate relative of a U.S. citizen, that's a son or daughter of a U.S. citizen who is under 21 and unmarried, who has kids, they are not allowed to put their dependents or what we call derivatives on the application. And at the same time, your father isn't allowed to directly sponsor your children. So I advise you, if you're in this situation, to get legal advice and to understand your process here because it's going to depend. All right, so let's see. Usually, how long does it take for a green card through marriage from a U.S. citizen? Right now, you could expect a process of about 18 to 24 months. It could be more, could be less, just depending on what's going on in your case. But the 18 to 24 months is what I'm seeing right now. How long is the wait for an appointment from the Jamaica to the USA? If you're talking about the appointment for an interview elite supremacy, you're looking at about a year for permanent residents to get the immigrant visa. If you're talking about getting the visitor's visa, I'm seeing appointments going into 2023. So you may have quite the wait. You can always check on the embassy's website to see if there's any updates on wait times there. My kids I-130 has been pending over 2 years. Response is waiting on security check. So Sweeter Shaven, I'm sorry that you're waiting so long. I don't know what your situation is, but sometimes when you do get that infamous security check, that means that yes, you are in for a long wait. Just keep checking on your case. And if it's outside of case processing times, then you may be able to submit what's called a case inquiry to see if they can push it forward. And and in addition to that, there are other tools available to push it forward. So those are going to be a congressional inquiry. That's where you contact your representative in Congress to see if they can assist you with you. And in some cases, the ombudsman at the USCIS can assist if it goes over your case processing times. All right, so let's see. Now, Empress Kiki 39, if there's an error on the card, and if it was approved last year and say it should go until, that card should go until 2023, then you would have to submit for a correction. But I don't know what your case is, and you shouldn't be taking any action on what I'm saying until you get personalized legal advice. If you would like personalized legal advice, you can always go to the link in my bio, schedule your appointment, or call. There's a scheduling coordinator who's available up until 11 p.m. to answer your call. So elite supremacy, I'm sorry, go ahead and retype your question if I skipped it. I didn't see it. So go ahead and retype. And Tina, go ahead and retype as well. What happens after submitting all documents to the NVC? So they will review it, and if they are satisfied with what you submitted, they're going to send you a notice for saying you're documentarily qualified. I'm renewing my B1 visa. Do I need an interview? So you're likely still going to be scheduled for an interview. I-130 for kids been pending over 2 years. Response waiting on security check. I did answer that. I'm over 21 and the kids are both under 12. So if you're over 21, then you're going to have about a 5 to 7 year wait, and your kids would be able to be included. If I am approved to get a green card, will my kids migrate with me as they are my dependents? Not necessarily. Now in this case though, because you are 21 or over, so you're over 21, it's likely going to be the type of green card where your kids can be included in the application. After getting a divorce because of an absent husband, can I file on my own? Sananik, that may be a possibility depending on what happened in your marriage. There is VAWA, where if your spouse mistreated you and if they disappeared on you, they were absent, they abandoned you, and that was a part of the pattern of mistreatment against you, then this could possibly qualify you for VAWA. But you will need to schedule a consultation with me so I can evaluate your situation, your marriage, to determine whether your case can fit within the criteria to apply for this. You have up until 2 years after the divorce to file for this, should you qualify, and that's what I would need to verify in that consultation. My husband is a PR and filed the I-130 in October 2019, and still no response other received. So, there is a backup in the processing and decisions that are coming in. And so 2019 up until 2022 is quite a stretch. I'm seeing approvals of I-130s within 12 months to 18 months. And so you should check on your case to see what's going on with it. But of course, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything else because I'm not your attorney and I don't know what is in your application or what happened to your application. The first thing that you should have gotten is a receipt notice to show that it's being processed, and then after that you would get your decision. Usually it's around the 12-month mark that you'd get your decision, but that's an estimate and it's all going to depend on what's happening in your particular case. All right, so go ahead, keep putting those questions in the comments. I'm both on YouTube and on Instagram and on TikTok. So if you would like to go ahead and ask your immigration question, put it in the comments so I may answer those questions tonight. I am only taking questions. So I don't have any particular topic tonight. I just want to open up the floor to your questions. So here's your opportunity to put those questions in the comments. All right, so I don't see any more questions coming in. So I am going to head on over to Instagram where I'm going to be taking more questions there. As a matter of fact, that is where most of my content is on Instagram. So if you want to get updates throughout the day, you can join me on Instagram, follow me there. And at 9:30 p.m. I go on there to answer questions and bring a topic. Tonight I'll just be answering questions. So feel free to join me over there in a minute. Now remember, if you need personalized legal advice, you can do that by going to the link in my bio, and then you will see different options to schedule your own appointment, to go to the website. The scheduling coordinator is available up until 11 p.m. Eastern time tonight to take your call and help you to schedule, and you can also schedule your own appointment. So go ahead and, go explore your options to get personalized legal advice. Because remember, all the information that I gave you is general information. It is not personal advice. Tammy, it's nice to see you. Thanks for joining, and I hope that you can join me again. To join me on Instagram, it is The Immigration Attorney on Instagram. So all you have to do is you can go to the profile, you'll see the Instagram sign there. You can click on that to go to the Instagram page to follow me and then join the live as soon as you see me there. Or you can go to Instagram and just type in The Immigration Attorney, same as the name on Instagram and YouTube. Hi there, Montu133. It's nice to see you. All right, so I'm going to call it a night. Thank you for the love. Thank you for your questions. I will be on Instagram in a minute, so I hope to see you there. And Sanine Neek, it's nice to see you. So if you hop on over there, you will be able to join me again, join the live there in a minute. Or you can go ahead and schedule your own consultation so we can talk about your particular circumstances in a personal, private, confidential consultation. All right, have a good night. I will see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern Time.